Hi, I'm Loretta, and today we're going to be working on this painting of grapes, and we're going to do something a little different with watercolor today. We're going to start with the darkest darks. Usually people say to paint light first and then keep getting darker with watercolor. I'm going to show you something totally different. I'm going to start with the darkest dark. Okay, let's get started. So I'm looking at my painting, at my reference photo, and you'll see it, the little one at the side there. And what I'm looking for are the darkest darks, which are between the grapes. I'm using indigo, it's a very dark blue, and I don't have too much water on there. I'm going to make sure my brush is not too wet just by drying it off a little on a paper towel or a rag. And we're just going to start by looking for the small little places where there are no grapes. I'm going to come in and put some dark blues in here. Indigo is the color I use. And I'm starting with that. The trick to using the darkest darks are to totally let it dry before you start adding other colors. Now in here is sort of a light green, so that's not the darkest dark, but the shadow portions are here. Now I'm right-handed, so I usually start in the left top corner of my paintings and work down. That way I'm not getting in the way and spreading the watercolor around. So if you're left-handed, which a lot of artists are, then I would suggest you start in the right-hand corner and work your way down in a painting. Okay, I also would like to note that in this painting, some of the grapes are dark where the shadows are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start adding up here is where the darkest dark is of the grape as well. I'm just going to put a little bit of a shadow here. And this one has a little bit shadow in here. Now here's a grape that I didn't draw. So I noticed I missed one. I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put another one here. And it's darkest here. And once I get into the grapes, we're going to be doing wet on wet. I'll be dropping a lot of colors in them. So just watch and enjoy or paint along with me. So I've got the darkest darks in there, and next we're going to be working on each grape. So I'll be using a dark color around the edge, and then I'll be putting some water and dropping in different colors for each grape. So watch what I'm doing and paint along if you like. So what I'm doing is I'm using a dark color to put like a half circle of paint like this where the shadow would be. It's the darkest purple, and I'm making it very juicy because I want to pull some of that color with a clean brush. And I'm washing off the brush, but it's a little wet. That way I can pull the color without there being a line. And I'm using that color all around. And then I'm going to drop some other colors into the grape to make it more interesting. I've got cobalt blues and some Quin Purple or Quin Violet, either one. The Quin Violet has a little more red in it. So the first color I used was a Windsor Violet, and then I could come back and outline the grape a little more if I want some more detail there. And usually if it's still wet enough, you won't have that line like these grapes. And you can always go back and adjust the grapes. Like this one, I don't really like the way it turned out, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it again. It's dry, so I can come back and paint over it. I'm going to use a clean brush, put some, not too much. I just want it to glisten. I don't want it to be too wet, and I'm going to drop some colors in here. And maybe we'll drop a little pink, reds, brighten it up a little. So you can make the grapes any colors you want. I use different blues, and that cobalt blue gives it a nice look. And different purples. You can also have some green grapes that haven't ripened yet. And I'll be doing green leaves around here. So there's times where you'll look and you'll say, gee, I don't like the way that looked. Well, sometimes I've put too much water, so I've got to come back and redo that grape. And add a little more color to it. And just let the watercolors work by themselves. So it's going to take a while to get all these grapes done. You can watch me do it. I'll put it in time lapse so it goes quick, and you could just see all the different colors that are showing. Okay, so we've got the grapes painted, and as you saw, I painted over quite a few of them. That's called glazing. Once the paint dries, you just can go over with more colors and get it to where you like it. Next, I'm going to work on the stems and the leaves, and I'm going to keep them very loose, so it's just an illusion of leaves without a lot of... Okay, so... Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.